I would like to introduce Pratima Harit as an award-winning CSR and sustainability leader with 20 plus years of experience across Asia, Pacific, and South Asia. She is representing Lenovo for our next session. As head of corporate citizenship at Lenovo, she drives social impact in 13 countries, focusing on inclusive tech, STEM education, and climate innovation. She's pioneered Lenovo's AI for social initiatives, enabling nonprofits to use AI to address education and climate challenges. With prior leadership roles at Reliance Capital, the Wadia Group, Credit Suisse, and Standard Chartered, she brings a rich cross-sectional lens to impact strategy. Pratima is a sought-after speaker, mentor, and advisor on purpose-driven leadership and sustainable development, championing business as a force for good. Thank you very much, Pratima, for coming on stage here today. I would just like to also note that Pratima is here today she's at the center of the stage wearing a pink and turquoise kurta, and I would like the audience to give her a huge round of applause.
Thank you.
Before she starts.
Thank you, everyone. Anushka, you stole my thunder. I was going to make that mention. So I'm, yes, wearing a turquoise blue printed pink salwar. At the back is, of course, now the Lenovo screen. But prior to this, there was these lovely, colorful waves. I did love that. Reminded me of my Lenovo Foundation colors, but your squad with the waves is fantastic. Thank you so much. I want to begin this session by thanking the Accessibility Symposium and Inclusa. And I will mention them and how we work with them as we move along. But today, I am not representing my day job, which is the head of corporate affairs at Lenovo Asia. I'm standing in front of you today as a member and an advisor for the employee resource group, A Better Lenovo for Everyone, that advocates accessibility at workplace. And like Shilpi said, that if you're an advocate, you would bring 1 + 4. I'm proud to say that I did bring 1 + 4. I'm going to call out my team members who also have different day jobs but are advocates on accessibility. Friends, please raise your hands as I call out your name. I have Mamta Nair here with me, Supriya Rath, Shilpa Gulati Shukla, that's a mouthful, and Paulami Day. And yes, why do we strive to be accessible at workplace? I have not been a stranger to this. I'm a daughter of a mother who is bedridden with Lewy body dementia. I lost her very rapidly over the last 4 years. I'm also the mother to a daughter who's doing her master's in cognitive science, and her aim in life is to come up with a solution for Alzheimer's and dementia. And that is also in a level from where I come in to talk about accessibility. And therefore, the topic and the title of my session is Inclusive Concepts Where Innovation Meets Inclusivity. Each one of us in this room strongly believes in the importance of designing technology. And that should come by default. It should not come as an afterthought. And that's exactly why I love Lenovo, because Lenovo is committed to accessibility as a core pillar of innovation and believes in inclusivity by design process. For too long, products have been in the markets without considering the unique features and needs that different segments have and potential users could need, thus excluding them due to the lack of design inclusivity. We heard Amit this morning when he spoke about how there are at least 16% of the global population currently experiencing some disability or another. And what's more, as an aging population, and I'm rapidly moving there, an estimated 3.5 billion people will need assistive technology by 2050. And therefore, most people here in this room as well will need assistive technology at some point in their lives. This is not drastic. It's not meant to say, oh, no. It's meant to put a thought process into each one of our minds. And therefore, as I move forward, I'll give you an overview of the ThinkPad keyboard design that Lenovo takes pride in creating for visually impaired people. When talking about designing for visually impaired users, there are several important takeaways that we had from an internal study that we did. Lenovo works very closely with North Carolina Governor Moorhead School in the US. We work regularly with them to test and improve how our devices work for visually impaired users. First, the keyboard is a very important aspect for visual impaired users. This is because it is inherently difficult to interact with a pointer moving over a visual field. I, for one, am very proud of the ThinkPad keyboard. To me, it's the best keyboard in the industry, where we have already an advantage of not just designing for visually impaired users, but also for those who have less visual impairment. And for some people like me, we are also fond of using the ThinkPad keyboard that has tactile markings. For sighted users, tactile marking is also appreciated because they are cues when you're working in, please go back, working in low light environments. Tactile markings. Where and how did we look at tactile markings? We have a specific unit based out of our North Carolina office known as the Inclusive Product Design Office. There are a bunch of innovative managers who work together to define and work on what could be the possible solutions that we can bring in our devices. As I'm speaking to you, I just want you to know that I keep looking at my phone and my script because I'm fresh out of the bakery like a cupcake. I just attended my first training on accessible features day before. And based on Rakesh and Suchitra's request, decided to take upon the challenge to talk to you about Lenovo's accessibility features. So please bear with me. Some of you may have questions for me. Please note that I may not be able to answer them. I'm barely new to this, but I will take them and look at an opportunity to respond to you. So coming back to the IPDO, as it's known as, which is Inclusive Product Design Office. This organization conducts exploratory research. It designs the execution and also the prototype testing. And as I'm talking to you about this, mentally I'm doing this, palm on my forehead. Why? Because I didn't test out this PDF file to see whether it has accessibility features. That's a confession that I have to make. It's a learning that I'm going back with. And maybe, Rakesh, I will work with your team to understand how the PDF accessibility features can work in the future. So as we do exploratory research, we work with and partner with organizations to try and build that. We also look at design execution and prototype testing. And here I would like to just mention that I have Assistech Foundation with me as part of this journey. There's a team that is sitting right behind who is going to showcase and demonstrate the digital platform Adidwara that they have created for visually impaired people. We worked with Assistech Foundation to provide them with devices that they could test and do public trials for the platform that they came up with. While they were using the tablets, they were able to enhance the product better. I take this opportunity to invite each one of you to visit the experience zone down on the ground floor, meet up with the folks. We need as many people as we have to talk about the Adidwara platform, to understand how that digital platform works for persons with disability, especially visual impairment. Going back to my presentation on the IPDO, one of the things that we did with the keyboard are 4 key improvements, specifically on the ThinkPad X1 Carbon Gen 12, and is been included in all the future ThinkPad devices. I use a ThinkPad Carbon X1, and I have seen those tactile features on the keyboard that allows me also to use it. I am one of those people and from that generation that used typewriter to type, and therefore the tactile keys also help me when I'm looking at the screen or talking to someone else to use the keyboard. So it's not just about visual impairment; it's just about ordinary users also being able to use the tactile. The other features that we can talk to you about, and as you can see on the screen, and I'm going to describe this, there are two visuals here that shows the keyboard with the tactile features, which is on the numeric, on the function keys, which is F1 to F12, and also on the insert key. The reason why we put these tactile features here is insert and delete on the keyboard on the right hand top side are together, placed together. So when you have a visual impairment, in most occasions when you want to do an insert, you're actually ending up doing a delete. We also looked at ensuring that the function keys are clustered in a manner in which you could access the function keys easily. Enter key. Why is a tactile mark crucial on the enter key? Typically, these keys are not uniformly spaced. If you look at the keyboard, your enter key and your caps lock are the largest in size, rectangular on the keyboard. The tactile mark eliminates the confusion stemming from the keyboard layout inconsistency. Without that distinctive cue, visually impaired users have often found themselves inserting backslashes instead of paragraph breaks. I'm now going to move to the next section where I spoke to you about tactile cues. We've also tried to build design for users with mobility impairment. On the screen, on the left-hand side, is a laptop where a person is trying to open with one hand and is not able to do that. And on the screen on the right-hand side is a person who's able to open the laptop with the use of just one finger. That's the challenge of opening laptops with one hand, especially for lightweight or two-in-one models. Previously, we had, without much focus on the one-handed opening, ThinkPad models were difficult to open. You required two hands. But today, the ThinkPad X1 2-in-1, you can open it with just one hand. And believe me, I never understood this for the longest time until day before yesterday when I literally put my hand behind my back, my right hand behind my back, and used my left hand to try and open the laptop. I was able to do that because we've introduced a variable torque hinge innovation, which was first implemented in X1 Yoga in 2021. This enables one-handed opening. It was a case of a small hardware change making a big difference in usability. Moving to the next slide. I spoke to you about the IPDO, and this is the mission statement. They drive criteria, development, validation of technology in our products to ensure usability for a diverse customer base. I joined Lenovo 5 years ago. IPDO was set up 3 years ago. 3 years ago, the mission was to say that 75% of our products would undergo inclusivity test. If you look at our annual ESG report from last year, we have achieved that target and we are building more. Our goal is to vet future Lenovo products to ensure that they work for everyone, regardless of any physical attributes or abilities. On the next slide. These are the IPDO focus areas. We spoke to you about how IPDO works, but the focus areas largely are, and there are 5 focus areas that we look at: product review, accessibility, research, advocacy, and innovation. The advocacy piece is where ambassadors like Mamta, Supriya, Shilpa, Polami, and myself come in. And the next slide. I spoke to you about SSTech Foundation. SSTech Foundation is a not-for-profit organization that has been working towards building a marketplace for accelerated adoption of assistive technology and solution. They are people with the right hearts, and we love working with them. Their Aditwara platform is looking at transforming learning, livelihoods, and living for persons with disability. They work with solution providers, sponsors, NGO partners, and government crafting programs, creating a product market fit and conduct trials with users and NGOs, creating an ecosystem and marketplace. If there are any people managers here, I would encourage you to please visit their platform in the experience booth on the ground floor after this session. Actually, after lunch, I think. And then as I end my session, let me share with you 2 videos that use technology for persons with disability, such as special education needs and ALS. This morning I was hearing people say that they didn't like to use AI. I don't like to use AI myself, but I became a convert when I saw these 2 proof of concepts, one that has come out from Hong Kong and another one that has come out of North America. And the reason why I'm showing you these is that as an advocate, I feel Asia has a lot to do in the space of providing accessibility, not just in policies, but also in products and solutions. Without much ado, here is what you will be seeing. May I request the video to be on, please?
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you
Today,
are.
I can speak to my kids. I can sing them a lullaby. I can read them a story. And I can tell them I love them. But soon, ALS will take my voice.
The ability for us to sing lullabies and tell stories allows us to create an emotional connection with our loved ones.
I think a parent's voice is really vital for the relationship.
ALS is a neurodegenerative disease that causes people to lose their motor function and ability to speak. There is no known cure.
Artificial intelligence is a game changer. When IMR wants to speak, he uses his eyes to select pre-selected words on a circular keyboard. He can then output those words using his own generated AI voice.
My avatar is almost as handsome as I am.
He can choose to hear and see his words spoken by a hyper-realistic avatar.
The giant woke up from his slumber and shouted, "Fee!"
A tree on screen and a person is speaking.
Jack started climbing down the beanstalk as
People looking at iPad. Please continue the video.
fast as he could, and the giant chased him.
2
Our
children looking at
motivation
iPad.
for Smarter AI for All is to empower all of us to use the technology to
People
make
seated
our
around a
worlds
desk
better.
and discussing.
Technology is
Smiling.
my best hope. And with the advances of AI, I have a chance to sing happy birthday to my children for many years to come, and possibly even toast at their weddings.
Logo of Lenovo on screen. An aerial view of buildings. Text on screen. In developing countries, 90% of special education. Meanwhile, in Hong Kong, the number of special education.
And another one. This is a fun one. How many cups do we have?
Visual of a school classroom.
High five. Good answer.
A child touching
All students
cups
should feel empowered
using
regardless
iPad.
of their abilities. That's why we're building AI tools to assist educators, teachers, therapists, and parents.
Orange. Orange is smart. Good.
A child learning with a teacher.
Transforming special needs education. And
Visuals
we
of
are doing
drawing
it with
on
our
screen.
trusted partner, Lenovo.
2 people discussing.
Ria Bridge AI And this is how we are raising the bar for special needs
A
education.
child touching a toy apple. Visuals of a city. Cars moving on the
In
street.
Hong Kong, 1 in every 20
Logo of
children
Ao
is
Pui School.
diagnosed with autism and other disorders that fall under special education needs, or SEN, and many more go undiagnosed.
Children playing with Lego and drawings of
We
fruits.
founded the Bridge Academy in 2014 to provide early childhood intervention and individualized programs for children with learning difficulties. Our mission is to support
A
SEN
classroom
children
setup.
in all aspects of life, from home to school
Children
to
playing.
navigating society.
Plastic fruits on screen. And a child playing
It's
with the
vital
plastic
that
fruits.
these SEN children get the therapeutic interventions at a young age, but this can be very
Child
expensive
leaning against
and
a
not
wall.
every family can afford it. One main
Child
method
playing
that
with teachers.
teachers and therapists use when working with SEN students is called Applied Behavior Analysis, or ABA. A typical ABA session involves the educator working on tasks with the student, taking lots of notes about the student's behaviors,
Child being
and
taught
following
by
a
a
set of
teacher,
guidelines
pointing
on
to
how to
sheets.
properly respond to the student's reactions.
Teacher
Sessions
guiding
often take
student
up to 3 hours.
using some
It's a
buttons
demanding process.
and writing
We
on sheets
realized
of
that
paper.
by using AI technologies like computer vision and attention monitoring, we could streamline parts of the process, taking the burden off the educators.
Text
By
on screen.
automating
The
away
Bridge
the
AI
mundane
ABA
tasks, the
database.
teachers and therapists can be more focused and connected with the student. The Bridge AI platform is unobtrusive and easy to
Montage
fit
of
into
children
the
learning
existing
with
setting,
teachers.
so that the process is seamless. If these functions can expand, this can really support lifelong learning.
To power our AI, we needed a video and audio analytics engine, and we built this in partnership with Lenovo. The model is trained on thousands of hours of footage,
Highlight
where
on
it learns to
children's
identify
eyes
objects
and their
and
hands,
behaviors.
how they're interacting with
Using a
objects.
camera in the classroom, the AI is able to identify objects and track body movements. This makes the therapist's job so much easier, allowing them to see more students in a day and have
Text
more
on
meaningful
screen recognizing
interaction with
what the child
students.
is looking at.
At Lenovo, we believe in AI for all. We work closely with Bridge AI to understand their needs from the ground up, from helping them build their architecture to connecting them with the university. We are
Montage
able to
of
assist in
electrical
every
appliances.
step of the process.
My dream is to send tutors to remote and underserved regions of the world, using AR glasses to work with SEN children.
Connection is at the
Product
heart
demo
of
on
any
screen
learning model.
and information
But
of
for
the
this
product.
solution, the connection that matters most is the connection with their teachers and parents.
Therapist at Bridge has given him the ability to focus, to concentrate, communication, lateral thinking, socializing one-on-one. These are critical skills that have to be taught, especially to an SEN kid.
Can you touch your nose? When you see the look on a child's face and they finally make a breakthrough, what about this time? Touch my nose. Yes!
Child
These
following
are the
instructions.
moments that make it all worthwhile.
Logo of Lenovo on screen.
Thank you, backend team, for putting that on for us. In the closing, I did hear someone speak about Indian languages, and what's not here is Lenovo and Motorola work with endangered indigenous languages. It's a UNESCO project that we are working with. From India, we have selected Kuwi and Kangdi, 2 languages that are really dying. Kuwi does not have a script. It is only spoken. And with the Anglicization and Westernization of the communities, that language is no longer being spoken by the younger generation. We've adopted these languages in the Motorola phone. So in the phone, when you had 80 languages, we've now made that to 90 languages where the phone you can use the phone to interact in that language. And when I say 90, there are only 2 languages from India, but they have also adopted languages from Amazonian, Latin, and the other locations. With that, I'm just going to invite my colleague Shilpa Gulati Shukla on the here to just give you a small understanding. We don't have the time. Okay, we don't have the time. So I'll just say thank you. I missed that. Yes, I know. Thank you. And while I'm leaving the stage, I just want to say thank you to my sign interpreter person here. I don't know his name, but I want to say thank you to Asli for providing us the support for interpretation.
Text on screen, thanks, with Lenovo's logo, smarter technology for all.
Thank you so much, Pratima, for that session.